beautiful, beautiful Josie with us. Josie, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks Nicole. Nice to be here.
Now, if you haven't met Cameron, Cameron is my partner in crime at CBN and Business Live.
Hi Nicole, hi Josie, welcome to the show.
Hey, hi.
So great to have you here, and such an amazing, experience to learn from you. You've got so amazing background. I think I can't wait to hear from you, sharing this amazing journey, and with our viewers as well.
Yeah. Just a little bit about Josie. I've known Josie for some years now, and Josie's a very, very successful entrepreneur and business owner. She has a couple of businesses, and today she's going to be sharing with us about her business and what she does and how she got started and how you can get involved as well. So tell us, Josie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Myself, well, I've been born in Australia, obviously. I come from an Italian family, and so hospitality has been one of the key things in our family. And so I've grown up around food and lunches and dinners and all sorts of wonderful interactions with people, and it's led me to my path in life, which is what I do now, which is events. I've always loved events, and my children love events. I have 2 kids who are adults, I may say, and I also have 3 stepkids and 4 grandchildren as well. So yeah, I've gone around. But essentially for me, my life has always been around giving people moments of wonderful joy and creating events that they would ordinarily not be part of. And so for me, I love creating events to make people happy.
So you're a grandma and you're a mother and you run businesses. How do you keep on top of it all?
You've got to be very organised, that's for sure. Because if you're not organised, you find yourself far behind. I try to keep fairly organised 99% of the time.
So as a business owner, then you would regard time management in the type of role that you have as an owner as being, quite top priority.
Absolutely. If you are running events, you have to be able to manage your time, your days, how long you give to people as well. You've got to be really on cue with that, because if you go out for a coffee, you want to make sure that it is only for a coffee, not coffee, lunch and dinner, and your day is gone. Priority is you time the meeting and the purpose of the meeting, and then you can get on with the rest of what you need to get on with the rest of the day.
Wow. So describe to our viewers out there what you mean by an event. So they're a corporation, they're a company or a business owner or a solopreneur. What, if you can describe what an event means for them.
Look, an event can be anything from a product launch through to, an expo, a conference, an annual meeting, mainly, some of the conferences that I do are business orientated, so speakers and product showcases. Those are the events that I do. Weddings, anything where people gather to either pass information or to give people a wonderful time. That describes event.
Wow. Well, I met Josie at an event myself a couple of years ago, and it was brilliantly done. It was an international, I think, women's federation, and Josie does that type of events, very, very big ones, and she also does very small ones, very intimate ones. So Josie, can you tell our viewers why is it important, do you think, that they should be running events?
Look, it's a great way to generate connection and lead generation. I ran a call centre for many years as well in lead generation. So for me, it's seeing the opportunity for businesses to get together and bring people to showcase their products, whether it's skincare, whether it's the latest new gadget. An event is always going to be a place where people gather and interact, and you have an audience that is like paying attention to what is going on. So it's a great way to grow your business. So I encourage anyone that has got a product or a service that they want to promote to consider having an event, because you get to bring your leads, your lead generation machine, into a room, and you can either feed them or drink, or give them some drinks, but your product is the main reason they're there, and you get a wider spread of reach that way.
Wow. You know, we forgot to tell our viewers what's the name of your business.
You did. Well, I have two. Class Events,
Wow.
which is conference and event management, and then I have my other very, very special side company called Secret Girls Business, No Boys Allowed. So that is an event based
Only me.
maybe,
Except me,
maybe, maybe. Secret Girls Business, No Boys Allowed is all about women gathering. I run big events for women to come and either speak or to showcase their products, to have, contact with another group of women that they wouldn't ordinarily have contact with. So that's a great platform to generate leads under the Secret Girls Business banner.
Yeah. I love the names. How did you come up with Class Events?
Class Events, well, my surname is Kearsey, so I picked K as the letter, so KLASS, Class Events. That's how that came out. And then Secret Girls Business, I remember getting together with some friends and we had lunch and we said, oh, this is really Secret Girls Business. And I went home and I thought about it and thought, Secret Girls Business. Women like to hang around women. They want to be inspired by women. They don't want the boys hanging around. The boys don't necessarily want to be part of that. So I thought, Secret Girls Business, no boys allowed. And mind you, in the early days, people were actually responding to me saying, that's a little bit, sexist. And I said, not really. No, it's not, because women sometimes just want to be in a safe environment to share, and we do. We talk about all sorts of things, from health to wealth to fashion to beauty. It's a women's world. It's a girl's world, really. So we want to bring that privacy into it. So Secret Girls Business is all about that.
I think that's true. I think men has, the men share. So we go in there and we share, common issue, problem, whatever. I think it's a great idea. I mean, we all have networking ideas. We all need to, team up and share, together, problems and issues and so on. I think it's important to have that sort of, group and connection.
Mm-hmm.
So we have our viewers here. Her name is Carly. She said hi. So it's
Hi, Carly.
Carly to everyone.
Hi.
And yes, don't forget, Carly, and our viewers that's watching, to share and likes and comments. If you have any questions, we encourage you to ask, Josie, and learn a bit more. And also, if you want to get involved in, what she's talking about, it's great to get involved in the group as well. So, how important is networking in terms of running an event? It's massive. It gives.
It's essential.
Yep.
It's essential. If you have a product or service and you don't network, you don't know who you don't know. If you're in a room, you just do not know who might be that person that will escalate your business. And it's happened time and time and time again through some of the events that I've run. Repeat collaborations have been formed and great outcomes, amazing outcomes, because we took the time to connect people. I ran an event a couple of years ago called Extreme Networking, Secret Girls Business Extreme Networking, and we had over 200 women in the room, and they networked like crazy because we made it that way, and we had inspirational speakers, but the collaborations and the networking opportunities that came out of that event are still there today. They are still long lasting and connected, and have also brought other people into the mix as well. So networking is huge, but you need to know how to do it. You just don't get people in the room and hope for the best. You have to structure it, have to structure that event, have to structure that networking session so that everyone gets the most out of it.
Well, today we were having Chris on, and Chris isn't well. And Chris was coming on the show today to talk about the power of networking, and she was going to give some tips and strategies of how to do that and how it can actually boost your business. Unfortunately, she isn't here today, but we are going to be having her on the show in a fortnight. if you're just joining us, we are the Business Live show. We are going free to air. It's our first day today, and we've had Prati Brat already, and now we've got the delightful Josie. Josie is from Class Events. She's the founder of that, and she's also the founder of Secret Girls Business Success. Is that right?
Secret Girls Business, no boys allowed.
Wow. Well, there you go. Any men out there? Josie, do you apologise?
No. Not at all. Not at all, Nicole. No.
Now, Josie, you've got a lovely event that's coming up, I heard.
Yeah. Look, one of the events that I'm putting together with a colleague of mine, Lee, we are putting together Fashion Plus Aid, which is a huge event on the 1st of December, and that is with 1,000 plus people, celebrities, and a showstopper item, and massive fashion parade, and auctions, etc. All for a great cause, TLC for Kids. They do an amazing job in the community, connecting families and helping them in that very crisis moment where your child has fallen sick, you don't have a babysitter, you need funds, etc. They do a phenomenal job. So we're behind them this year, and the whole event is going to be wow. Red carpet, major sponsor is Mercedes Benz,
wow.
And so it's a big deal. So we are excited about that, to host that, and down at Atlantic Group. So yeah, that's one of the events.
Is that men's only? Ladies only?
Yes, you can come to that.
Yeah.
That's not a problem. You're very, very welcome to that.
So where's that being held? It's on the 1st of December. If you missed that, it's the 1st of December. And where is it being hosted?
Down at the Atlantic Group, down at the Peninsula, just on Docklands, in the Docklands, which is a fantastic venue.
Yep.
And we've got an amazing stage we're setting up. I can't tell you anything about it. It's Secret Girls Business, but I guarantee you will absolutely enjoy the night. If anyone's interested, by all means, please inbox me and I'll give you directions and how to obtain the tickets. Because we're trying to gather all our girlfriends, all our Secret Girls and clients and so forth, so we can have a nice group together. So please inbox me and I'll give you the details.
Yeah, and I think that you were, just before we touched on that, about the power of networking, and if you're a business owner, it's a really good opportunity to get involved and to come to these big venues and network and collaborate. Is that right?
Look, as I said earlier, you don't know who's in the room. You don't know who you're sitting with. You're sitting at a table of guests. You don't know who's sitting at that table. You don't know how influential they are. And it's happened to me a lot of times to know that I stand on that, because it is absolutely essential. If you're invited to a networking event, just don't go, oh, another networking event. No. I look at it totally different. I look at it, this is a lead generation opportunity for my business. I don't know who's in the room, but I'm going to make a really good go at it, an effort to meet whoever's in the room, so that I can A, promote my business, and B, maybe help them to promote theirs. And it's turned out some of those situations, those people become my clients, because I've helped them to enhance their business. Because I have that business side as well, the marketing side, lead generation, how to get the most out of a phone call, things like that. That I have got a lot of strings to my bow. So networking events, guys, if you can get to them, get to them.
Yeah. And I think, Josie, if you can help some of our viewers out there that maybe they're a startup, or basically a startup, they're new and they don't know how to actually do cold calls. Can you give some advice?
Cold calling, that, of course, absolutely. I used to write scripts for our call centre. We had about 100 staff that I managed in the call centre, and we had to write scripts all the time because we have various products. So I think the key thing is write a script. Cold calling isn't as daunting as it seems, or you think it is, if you have a script in front of you. And I used to write the script, we used to test and measure the script. Then we also used to get together after about 3 hours and work out what was working, what wasn't, redesign it, redo it, try it again, let's go. and we used to get the results. And once we got those results, the script became the script, and the client would approve, and then we would just get on with promoting the product or service and making the calls on their behalf. But cold calling, really, it's got a bad name. Cold calling. What does that mean? I just think it's a phone call. Really, it's not a cold call. Who measures that? Where's the temperature gauge? That's a cold call. That's a warm call.
It's a cold call.
It's a
It's
cold
say
call.
hello, right?
Yeah, I
People
mean,
need us.
yeah. I
It
mean,
might be lonely, right?
I know, but look, and in today's market as well, with so many people ringing you for so many things, yes, it is daunting. But if you believe in your product and you believe in what you do, that call should be a business call, not a cold call. It's for you to get business, and I've done those over and over and over and over again, and know that it's just a call. It's just a friendly chat.
Wow. So if people out there want to build that confidence, are you able to help them with that, Josie?
Absolutely, 100%. I've done that with many, many, many teams and succeeded to the point where we were running one call centre and our script was perfect and we were getting better results than one of the major telephone companies, which I won't name who. And they came to our office. 8 executives came to our office and wanted to know what we were doing, because we were beating their floor of 200 people. Our staff was beating their leads by in leaps and bounds. And they wanted to know. We said, well, it's our script. Well, can we have it? And we said no. so cold calling scripts, or rather business scripts.
Yeah.
Business making scripts, yes, of course.
So you've got a lot of skills with business, and I think that what our viewers would be interested in knowing, Josie, is exactly how did you get started in the event space?
I got started in the event space when I was probably 5.
Wow.
My mum and dad used to invite everybody over after church, come over for lunch, and I remember our house always full, always smelling of beautiful, delicious food, and always feeling hospitable. Our house was warm and inviting, and I loved that, and I grew up with that. So as I got older, I began to do the same in my house, and once I had my 2 kids, it gave me an opportunity to create events. And I started off with just a group of women, just a small little group of women, and from there it was like, oh, this is nice. So then I kept cultivating that, and then once I got to a certain point, I realised that I could use my business skills, and I could use all that hospitality skill into bringing together an event, and that's where I created my very first event, which was Secret Girls Business, No Boys Allowed, back 10 or 11 years ago. And it was something that I grew up with and knew about and could do, and the rest is history. And class events, I got those, I suppose I got those skills naturally within me to know how to manage timelining things. It's just a natural skill I have, I suppose. I didn't learn it, I just automatically went to it, ran with it.
Wow, that's a beautiful journey. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
I was wondering if you could tell all the viewers out there who's running a business, they're wearing all sorts of hats, and they've been told that they've got to run a seminar or a conference or an event, and they don't have the time. What is it that you are able to do for them when they want to have an event?
I can take that hard work away from them. I'll find the venue, I'll research, I'll get the budget for them, I'll make sure that everything is costed in, that they're not out of pocket, that they're actually making money even from an information event. I do the bits you hate.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got a client at the moment who's running seminars in Melbourne and Sydney, and I've coordinated all their meetings for them. All they need to do is turn up. I've done all the hard work, all the research, the menus, what have you, the venue, AV, everything that is in that package I've negotiated, and it's laid down with everything. They just walk in and just do what they need to do.
Well, there you go, folks. If you're thinking about having an event or a conference or a seminar, Josie is willing to take your hand and take it all off you, the whole logistics.
Yes,
Josie, do you actually help as well with a little bit of, the guests? network, having people attend that particular event. Do you actually even help with that?
I can work with the client to see where their gold is. Their gold is their database, and work with that and ensure that they have all the triggers to invite people to the event. I can even create the flyer, the blurb, what have you. I pretty much have had, a wide variety of experience, and I'm like a one-stop shop. And I like doing that way because I know then things will also get done.
Yeah.
So,
I guess that you're talking, I could hear just then that when you're running an event, there's a lot to do, there's a lot to cover. You've got the marketing side of it, you've got the networking side of it,
yes.
you've got the actual flyers and graphics and all of that. If anyone's listening out there and they're thinking of having an event or a seminar, Josie's the best person that can help you with all of that. Josie, I was wondering if you could tell our viewers as well, actually how does it help boost their business? I mean, we all want to have successful businesses.
As I said earlier, having an event brings new leads in the door. It's as simple as that. If you host an event, I'll give you an example. This event that I've just created for my client, they're wanting to sell their services, so they're hosting a lunch. And what they're doing is they're bringing in 20 to 30 businesses that they've never met before by invitation only, and inviting them into this event to network as well as to get to know what they do, what their needs are, because this product will fit their guest demographic. So it's ideal. Having an event is ideal to be speak one-on-one to those potential clients. So you're not having to do 30, 40 appointments. You've got them in the room. And this is part of the strategy that I work with in the development of their brand as well as their lead generation. I sit with them and we work out who's in the room.
Wow.
How do we make sure that everyone in that room is able to interact with you on that day, that no one leaves without, we just don't want a business card drop in the bucket. We want an actual conversation, and this is what I can help people do as well.
Wow, that's amazing. Say that some people out there that want to do it themselves, could you actually help them? Do you help people with do-it-yourselves as well, Josie?
Do-it-yourself as in?
If you're wanting to run an event,
yes,
and you want to do it yourself, would you be able to offer your services? Do you have consultations? Do you help them, coach them through it?
Yes, absolutely. We sit for about a couple of hours and we work out what the plan is, and we map out the plan of the event, of the purpose. Is it for lead generation? Is it for product awareness? Is it just because you want to just have lunch with some people? What is the purpose? We define the purpose, and then we test and measure what is actually going to work. We run a couple of tests to see who's interested. So yes, I work in that field with the client to make sure that, yes, if you're going to invest in an event, that is absolutely ticked all the boxes for you and that you have the right people in the room. No use having people that may not have the funds or it's the wrong product, You're selling stockings but it's a room full of men. Although, anyway.
I'll buy one. Not for me.
Thanks for sharing that, Josie. Cameron, do you have any pressing questions that you want to ask Josie about events? I mean,
sure.
We both run a business, and I think you told me the other day, Nicole, we better have an event. We've got Josie in the hot seat here.
I'm here.
Any questions for Josie?
Okay, so I think the key question is where is in real estate location, right? Does it affect in this sort of event? In running an event, is location important or not?
I'd say 60% it is important, but because we've got so many gadgets and live feeds and what have you, sometimes, now it's not as important. You can have a live feed from an event, but I think convenience is important too. If you have an event, say, in the Dandenongs, what are the chances of me that I live in, say, the western suburbs, traipsing all the way across the city to the Dandenongs to come and hear to sit in a 2-hour event? Probably very limited, very slim. But if I had an event in the city, for example, that's central. So So events are generally central, and events are generally, you know, thought of ahead, as in the logistics.
Yeah.
It's Saturday, I can't speak. The logistics of where people are going to park, where people are going to find it convenient, and where people are going to know that place. For example, the Crown. You know, we just had an event last week at the Crown. It was so easy; everybody knew where to go, parking, etc. So all those logistical things have to be taken into consideration, because that will make or break your event. You don't want to have, you know, 2 people in the room just because you decided that you wanted to do it in Boom. So, you know, you've got to think about that. Think about how your guest would feel.
Yeah.
Be them for a moment and think, well, I'm inviting my guests. Where will they park? How will they find the place? Is it easy? Is it going to be so hard that they'll just give up, they won't come?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got another question from our audience. They want to know if they are doing a lot of event online, like, you know, there's webinar jam and Zoom calls on. How is that affecting the conventional way in terms of running an event? Is it complement each other or the mix?
Yeah, look, it can. The only thing is you don't have the physical presence and the physical, you know, the ambience of a real live event. Because a live event, you have music, you can you know, you can have taste testing.
Yep.
You can have a whole bunch of stuff that is
More
not
personal.
necessarily more personal, meet and greet, handshake, rather than just something that's a screen that keeps maybe jumping in and out, and you see it and it fades. Oh, we've lost that person. Oh, is that person? You know, oh, they've lost interest, so they've switched off. Look, a live event is always the way to go. As much as I said earlier, yes, there's all these wonderful connections and things, but that should be your second option. It shouldn't be your first option,
Yeah.
especially if you're in startup.
Great. Thanks for sharing those great tips. I think that's it for me.
Yeah.
All right.
No, we'd like to thank, who was it that asked that question?
It was one of the audience there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for that question. If you're watching us, please do put your questions down there. Josie's here with us and she'll be able to answer them for you. If you're liking this show so far, please do share this, like this, comment with your network, because your network is going to love you for it. Josie, I was going to ask you about the future of events, and I think you covered that about online. More and more live events are coming online, but I just wanted to add to that. Today we could have just done a Facebook Live across online, digital. Tell the viewers your experience as well by coming live. I mean, after all, you're saying that having a live event is much more powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, being here and seeing you and, you know, hello,
Yeah.
they're real, is very different to me sitting on a Zoom call. Live is always, you know, that personal touch, that customer service, if you like, touch is so missing in this generation these days. Everything's digitalised, everything is, you know, press a button and it's delivered to your door. Being real is something that it's an art that we've lost, unfortunately. And that's why I do what I do, a live event. Coming here today is refreshing. I've sat on so many Zoom calls in the last X amount of months, it's like, are those people real?
Yeah.
But this is lovely, it's refreshing, and congratulations for the concept, and you know, wish you all the best moving forward, because this is how you do it. This is personal and you know, up close and personal.
At the end of the day, whatever works, you know, any
Yeah.
event that works well for you as a business owner, and go for it, you know. And sometimes we need that personal touch, and sometimes, you know, if we can't make it, we can go online and do that Zoom call. And also comes down to the cost factor, right?
True.
How does that affect?
Yeah. Well, everything you do has a cost to it. So is it better to have a live event where, you know, you've already, you know, costed out what the event's going to be, what the event's going to cost you, or, you know, chancing it to maybe have something, you know, a Zoom call where people won't interact with you and you've wasted all your time. You know, you've got to cost things out. Lead generation costs. So you've got to pretty much put a price on each attendee's head. Okay, that lead is going to cost me $100, or that lead is going to cost me $30, or that lead in that room is going to cost me 30 cents. You've got to cost it out and see what is going to be more effective. always hands down a live event is always going to win, in my world anyway, because it just means that the person that's promoting the product gets a great chance to sell the services and product live.
Well, we really do thank you for coming today, Josie. I mean,
Wow.
you've taken the effort, the opportunity to actually connect with us, connect with our viewers. It's all about business owners out there. We are passionate, Cameron and I, to inspire, to educate, to entertain, and inform our viewers out there.
Hi, viewers.
Hi everyone. We are really, really passionate to help, business owners to have a successful business. And there are so many skills that an owner needs to have, and also, not only the skills but the teamwork, like appointing Josie to help you with your events and conferences and seminars,
Experts.
asking Cameron and I to come and do a coverage of a live event,
Yes.
or
That's right.
to help
That's
you to connect to a wider audience. So we love doing all of this, and we get up in the morning and we're ready to go and excited. And Josie, we really, really appreciate you coming here. Is there anything else? Oh, actually, you've got something.
Got something surprise for our viewers.
You've got a surprise for our
Alright.
viewers. We
Special.
almost forgot. We didn't let you get away with that.
Look, I'm going to be holding a couple of the Secret Girls events in the next, leading up to obviously the end of the year. And for anyone that's interested and wants to be an exhibitor, I'm offering the first 10 spots for free. So if you want to be an exhibitor at my events, there'll be a couple, by all means please drop us a line or inbox me. The first 10 will get theirs for free. So it'll be brand exposure, you'll get to meet and greet, and all the things that I said earlier about promoting your business and growing your database and lead generating will be yours free, totally free. So it'll be our pleasure to host you.
Wow, that is an amazing giveaway. What we're going to do is put Josie's details below.
Just comment below and make sure you share. Make sure you comment below. Make sure you share and tell Josie or our us here that you're interested, and the first 10 will get it.
Wow.
First 10.
First 10.
Just tell us what product it is as well. So we put it
There you go.
what that is.
Well, there you go. By all of you tuning in on the Business Live show, Josie has been kind enough to give the first 10 people a free exhibitors table. So please put your comments below. Josie will put her details, and we will see you at an event.
And
Now,
watch the space.
watch this space. Josie, we do look forward to working with you as well. We would love to be able to cover some events with our live stream and social media reporting. Once again, thanks so much for being here.
Pleasure. Thank you.
And don't forget our viewers, you can always share that across the board if you find the topic interesting, or if you want to come to on our show and share, the business owner, share your experience and your expertise in your field, and also you've got something that you want to promote as well. Come and inbox us below, and we'll take that on board and we'll contact you shortly. Thanks, Josie.
Bye everyone.
Bye.